as a continent has now defined ourselves.
In the news, federal government action against hunger, others advocate clean water for all. Across Africa, top court confirms Bazoum as Nigeria's next president. On the global scene, Japan to work with India to tackle water-related issues. And in business, Union Bank's annual profit rises to 25.4 billion naira. In sports, Super Eagles former star Imenge dies in Makurdi. Details shortly. This is TOS Television, your digital-first Pan-African news network. I am Rose Audu, and this is TOS News 360. As the world commemorates the 2021 World Water Day, the Federal Ministry of Water Resources, in collaboration with Action Against Hunger, has said availability of clean water in the country should be prioritized by all, especially those at rural areas. The Minister of Water Resources, Suleiman Adamu, stated this at a briefing organized by the Ministry and Action Against Hunger to mark the 2021 World Water Day, which has as its theme, Valuing Water. In his address, the Minister of Water Resources, Suleiman Adamu, said the ministry intends to increase its awareness campaign on water sanitation and push for the involvement of government at all levels and NGOs to facilitate planning to make clean water available in Nigeria.
Water for all implies that the elderly, disabled, marginalized, and poor people get access to clean drinking water and proper sanitation in line with Sustainable Development Goals 6.1 and 6.2. Wherever you are, you have a right to water.
Directors of Action Against Hunger, WaterAid Nigeria, WHO, and UNESCO chart way forward on making clean water available for all.
We have and will continue ensure rehabilitation of water points, provide safe water delivery by truck, install emergency latrines, and ensure waste management and epidemic control.
The WaterAid is working with the Nigerian government through a memorandum of understanding on the National Action Plan for the revitalization of the wash sector. And on that, through that plan, we work together in different ways to part of the Ending Open Defecation campaign, because you know that open defecation leads to the contamination of already existing water sources.
The World Health Organization will set the global standards for water quality. Okay, that, for example, ensuring that every water must not be acidic in terms of the pH. If the water is too acidic, it's not healthy for consumption.
There's water stress caused by climate change, but it's also due to seasonal variability. And of course, particularly in Nigeria, we have the water stress around the northeast, which is why we are very thankful to the Minister for also supporting our Bioparks project, which is a soft solution we're trying to use to reduce water stress.
Clean water accessible to all, especially those at the rural communities, and save the millions of lives who are currently in need of clean drinking water. The National Executive of Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria has declared an indefinite strike action nationwide taking effect on the morning of Tuesday, March 23 of 2021. The President of the Union, Mohammed Usman, disclosed this in a press briefing at the National Secretariat of the Union in Abuja on Monday. According to its president, this is due to the unwillingness of the federal government to implement the Financial Autonomy Act of 2018 and Presidential Order 10 of the year 2020.
following the directives of the National Executive Council of PASAN to embark on the indefinite strike action in response to the federal government's unwillingness to implement the Financial Autonomy Act of 2018 and the Presidential Order 10, 2020, the union, having exhausted all attempts aimed at asking for the implementation of the financial autonomy by the federal government after 21 days, 14 days, and 7 days ultimatum, at this juncture, the union has no other option than to direct all members to embark on indefinite strike. The union has magnanimously, by allowing ample time so that the federal government, through His Excellencies, President Muhammadu Buhari's Implementation Committee on Financial Autonomy for State Judiciary and Legislature, will ensure the implementation of the provision of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for over 2 years now. Consequently, the union will commence indefinite strike action on the morning of Tuesday, 23rd of March 2021, until further implementation of the letters of our Constitution, as provided in Section 121, subsection 3 of 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has called for the immediate investigation of the circumstances which led to the ambush and attack of the governor of Benue State, Samuel Ortom, by unknown gunmen. The chairman of the party, Uche Secondus, made the call during the party's National, Zonal and State Youth Leaders Conference in Abuja. Secondus expressed concern over the deteriorating state of the nation's security and called for the quick intervention of the President Muhammadu Buhari-led APC administration to live up to its promises and secure its citizens.
I am particularly in pain on how our country is being governed and what is currently happening. A governor of a state attacked forcefully with the aim to kill and to overthrow the government of Benue State. Therefore, we urge the authorities, the APC government, headed by President Buhari, to now quickly, let it not be rhetorics, let it not be usual investigation. Let them come out clean and clear to bring those offenders to book.
Secondus, while speaking during the news conference, also stated that all is now set for the PDP to begin receiving registration of younger Nigerians who it believes will truly propel the nation to greater heights.
We are going to give preferential treatment to the youth, especially the youth that will be seeking for elective offices. Yes, the women, they have been agitating for a very long time and they've secured 35%. The same thing will be applicable to the youth.
PDP has been producing young ones, making this country governable, giving us what we need. And what we produce, what we did in this country is what has been leading this country up to today. The party, having given the women wing the opportunity of paying for only nomination form, should be fair to the young ones of the party by at least giving us the same or something more than that to the youth wing from the age of making it that anybody who is within the age of 35 in the party should not pay for nomination form.
PDP is not anti-youth in terms of who should occupy what. And given the provision in the Constitution, except that provision is excluded or altered, you can't discriminate. So the issue of any position in PDP and in going forward is open for contest. If you deprive them, you are now affecting that provision which says do not discriminate.
19 passengers have reportedly died in an auto crash at Katari along the Kaduna-Abuja highway. The DAF trailer that was involved in the accident was heading for Kano from Lagos when the incident happened. According to the State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Arwan, the accident involved a commercial turf trailer and was caused by a combination of speeding and an exploding tire, leading to a loss of control, which caused the vehicle to divert into the bush. Arwan explained that 53 people were involved in the crash, out of which 16 of them died on the spot, with 3 others confirmed dead later. Meanwhile, members of the Non-Academic Staff Union of Nigeria, NASU, have taken to the streets to protest the federal government's implementation of the new retirement age and years of service for Nigerian teachers without due provision for their non-teaching counterparts. The implementation follows the announcement by the Minister of Education of the extension of teachers' retirement age from 60 to 65 years and years of service from 35 to 40 years. The union, however, added that until its demands are met, its members would remain on the street and even take an industrial action when necessary.
It's not only the teachers that are in the institutions, because the non-teaching staff are the ones that are the NG room. Without the non-teaching staff, there can't be teacher. Because the non-teaching staff are the ones that will engage the teachers before they become teachers. If you now answer the teachers and leave the non-teaching staff, that is to say, you want to create problem into the system.
They all complement the teaching sector. They work there as admin officers, they work there as accountants, they work there as engineers, they build schools, they work there as quality assurance officers, laboratory scientists, they also work as cleaners. Now all these people have been excluded from that largesse.
This is your digital first Pan-African News Network, TOS Television. You're watching TOS News 360, stories from across Africa in a moment. To stay tuned. Welcome back, and now to the shores of Niger Republic, where the country's constitutional court has confirmed Mohamed Bazoum of the ruling PND's party as winner of a presidential runoff held in February, allowing the ruling party candidate to be sworn into office next month. Bazoum won with 55.66% of the votes, while his challenger, Mohamed Osman of the RDR to Change party, received 45.34% of the votes. According to the final results published on Sunday, the statement from the court did not directly respond to Osman's allegations that the vote was marred by fraud. The opposition coalition CAP 2021 and its allies had contested the results, alleging fraud. It claimed victory with 50.3% of the vote. Bazoum's inauguration on April 2nd will mark the West African country's first transfer of power from one democratically elected leader to another. President Mohamed Ousofo is stepping down after two 5-year terms. President Denis Sassou Sunday morning cast his vote in the country's presidential election. The 77-year-old, who has been in power for 36 years, is running for a 4th term in office. There were 6 other presidential candidates in Sunday's election. The elections witnessed low voter turnout and a huge contrast between the turnout during the electoral campaigns. It is also reported that Congo was cut off from the rest of the world due to an internet shutdown, something reminiscent of the 2016 elections. There was also a heavy presence of security forces on the street of Brazzaville as voters went to the polls. And still in the Republic of Congo, opposition leader and main rival of President Denis Sassou Nguesso, Guy Brice Parfait Kalelas, sister died of COVID-19 complications in a medical plane en route to France on Sunday. His campaign manager, Rodrigo Mayanda, said. A few hours before the election, the 60-year-old posted a video which showed Kalelas wearing an oxygen mask with blood pressure cuff on his arm as he lay in a hospital bed. He told his supporters he was fighting death and urged them to go vote for Kalelas. Vote for change and fight for it. Kalelas was unable to hold his final campaign event on Friday after telling some reporters the day earlier that he feared he had malaria. And moving on to the international scene also, as the world marks the 2021 Water Day, Japan has said it is committed to working with India to tackle water-related challenges in the world. The Japanese ambassador Satoshi Suzuki stated this on Monday. According to Suzuki, there has been steady progress in cooperation between the two countries in the water sector, including in river rejuvenation and irrigation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday also launched the Jal Shakti Abhiyan Catch the Rain campaign on World Water Day, which is observed every year on the 22nd of March. Meanwhile, the British Broadcasting Corporation BBC said the journalist from its Burmese language service was released by authorities in Myanmar, but gave no details as protesters in the Southeast Asian nation continue their broad civil disobedience movement against last month's military coup. The journalist Aung Thural was detained on March 19 by men who appeared to be plainclothes security agents while reporting outside a court in the capital of Naypyidaw. Meanwhile, Russia has expressed regret over the U.S. refusal to hold a live online presidential debate. A statement by the Russian government reads, and we quote, "We regret to note that the American side has not supported the proposal made by President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, to U.S. President Joe Biden to hold a live broadcast discussion on March 19 or 22nd of 2021. On the problems that had accumulated in bilateral relations, as well as the subject of strategic stability." End of quote. It added that the U.S. refuses one more opportunity missed to find an exit from the current impasse in bilateral relations. This is your digital first Pan-African News Network, TOS Television. You're watching TOS News 360. More stories after the break. Welcome back. Report has shown that the AstraZeneca and Oxford University COVID-19 vaccine is highly effective at stopping COVID-19 disease and completely prevents severe illness and hospitalization across all age groups. The company announced on Monday. AstraZeneca said it will now apply to the Food and Drug Administration for emergency use authorization and release its data for analysis by the scientific community in peer-reviewed literature. The Phase 3 trial conducted in the U.S., Chile, and Peru with 32,000 volunteers showed the vaccine was 79% effective against the disease and 100% effective in stopping severe and fatal cases, the company said in a news release. And in business, Union Bank Nigeria PLC has posted an increase of 2.8% increase in its profit before tax for the 2020 financial year compared to the previous year. Its pre-tax profit rose to 25.4 billion naira in 2020 from 24.7 billion in 2019, according to its financial statement released on Thursday. The lender's gross earnings, however, fell by 1.9% to 156.9 billion naira from 159.9 billion naira in 2019. And the Nigerian Conservation Foundation has said that through its Green Recovery Initiative, it aims to increase Nigeria's forest cover to at least 25% over the next 30 years. It disclosed this on Friday in a statement titled Keystone Bank and NCF collaborate on tree planting. The NCF also stated that in commemoration of the 2021 International Day of Forest, with the theme Forest and Biodiversity, employees of Keystone Bank teamed up with the NCF in 100 fruit trees planting exercise. It stated, the occasion will witness employees of the bank plant seedlings of jackfruit, Tenera oil palm, cashew, and mango donated by NCF in their homes. Moving on to the entertainment scene, Aretha Franklin's family have denounced a new dramatization of the singer's life, saying they were not consulted and do not support the show. The family says that they were out They were cut out of the production process and asked the fans to boycott it, saying this is about common decent respect for our family. The Queen of Soul's granddaughter Grace posted a video of her protesting against the show alongside her parents, siblings and friends last week. And in sports, the team manager of Lobby Stars Football Club of Makurdi, Barnabas Imenge, is dead. The former Super Eagles player died after a protracted illness in Abuja. Information available to TOS News said his corpse was being conveyed from Abuja to Makurdi, the Benue State capital. A statement by management of Lobby Stars Football explained burial date will be announced after consultation with the family. And Serie A holders Juventus are keen on re-signing Moise Kean from Everton this summer, but they face a battle to convince him. The Italy international joined the Toffees from the Canary for £25.1 million in August of 2019, and he had a poor debut season with only 2 goals and 2 assists from 33 outings. And some Manchester United fans were angry and disappointed with Fred's performance after they were eliminated in the FA Cup quarter-final by Leicester City on Sunday. The Brazilian has been a regular in the centre of the pack alongside squad Matoni this term, but he had a poor showing against the Forces yesterday. The 28-year-old gifted the Forces with the opening goal in the 24th minute as his weak back pass for Dean Henderson was intercepted by Kelechi Iheanacho to score an easy goal. Meanwhile, after his strike in the UEFA Champions League on Wednesday, the Morocco international sealed the Blues' progression to the FA Cup semi-finals. Chelsea star Hakim Ziyech continued his goal-scoring revival under Thomas Tuchel with his late strike, the Blues' 2-0 victory over Sheffield United in an FA Cup quarter-final clash on Sunday. The 28-year-old, who started on the bench at Stamford Bridge, replaced Billy Gilmour in the 72nd minute and later sealed their passage into the semi-finals with his stoppage time goal after Oliver Mzwo's own goal put the Blues ahead in the 24th minute. And that is a TOS News 360 on your digital first Pan-African network. For more updates, visit www.tostvnetwork.com and do follow and like TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Rose Audu and thanks for watching.